Hey you guys, I'm ready to do another page, and I've gone onto Pinterest and I found a sketch. I just recreated the sketch here from Paper Crafting Emporium. So I think I'm going to make this work and I modified the shape of the photos based on what I have. I have two photos over here, title. I think I'm going to do this 8 by 10, I think, and then maybe 8 by 9, I don't know, something like that. And then this one's going to be a little bigger, and then I'm going to take this paper over here and put that as a flag behind it. These are the papers that I have. It's just these three: a green stripe or solid, a purple stripe or solid, and this floral. And then I have all of these as mats, photo mats, and I can pull out more scraps if I need to. So let's get started. I'm going to speed up the video from here on out. All right, so I did include, I think, the whole page process in this video. I didn't really cut out a lot, but I have sped it up to about 3.5 times. Now this one, I probably could have made this sheet a little bit wider. I did it at 8 inches. I probably could have done it at 9 inches. I'm just playing around with it. It works out fine though. I decide that I will do the solid purple on the other side instead of the stripes, because I have an idea for the green stripes that I want to use. So you can see those are not the same size. I'm trying not to make these 2 pages symmetrical, but I do want it to be a 2-page layout because it is the same birthday event. So here I am cutting those stripes so that the stripes are vertical and making a little strip. Then I'm going to make a banner out of that green paper so that both sides have some of that green paper, since I only had one sheet of it. And then this one I'm going to use the solid side, and I'm going to make a fancy scallop. So this is the Creative Memories border system, and I messed up the first cut. I didn't have it in properly, so I had to recut the paper. So I like the idea of the purple stripes because it still stands out even against the purple solid. And then I'm going to use this scallop to make a little bit of a fancy border at the bottom. So this border system's pretty easy to use. You don't have to visually line up the scallops and things like that. The system clicks in to this board that's holding your paper, so it makes it really easy. It's pretty consistent. So I'm just checking it to get the same width, and I'm just going to tuck that under. So I'm essentially making some little paper ribbons. So I'm going to fishtail that. The bottom of it's going to be under the paper, the ribbon at the bottom, so I don't need to worry about it. So this is also a good way if you only have a few or one pattern paper and you're trying to make use of cardstock. Doing some of these methods might work also. It's also a way to get a 2-page layout out of something that is not or you don't have a lot of background papers. I'm just using white cardstock. So just trying to trim things up. I do want those ribbons across the bottom to line up. And then I'm trying to make sure that a little bit of the purple shows on the outside. I'm just trimming this again. I'm trying to make it a little bit shorter because it was either a little long or a little short. I'm also going to end up narrowing it, which is why I say the other side could have been a fraction wider, because I really didn't need a 4-inch banner over on this side. I could have gotten away with a more narrow banner. So I'm fitting those photos in pretty snugly. So I'm not using a lot of that, showing a lot of that purple paper, which is why it doesn't matter that it was, that it's just a solid paper. Could have been a cardstock. And I'm just shaving a little bit off this. I thought it looked a little too chunky, a little out of proportion. And I'm liking that better. And I think I scooted over so a little bit of the purple shows, because I didn't want it to look like it was this, part of the same, well, it is part of the same piece of paper. And now I'm just trying to decide how I want to do the photo matting. I kind of want to mix and match the colors on the two, like I don't want all the dark purple on one side and the other colors on the other side. So I'm just having to play with how do I get all the papers, how do I get two pieces of paper matted, for example, using this one scrap of pink, because I didn't want two different pinks on there. I could have, they were pretty close to each other, but then I just have to decide, I don't want the two pinks right next to each other. So I want one from in the top corner. So these colors I'm choosing are kind of from some of the ephemera that I have. I love the pink and green, the purple and green together. And then the extra colors, the yellow and the bright pink, are from the ephemera that I have. And then also the pink is from my shirt that I'm wearing. And also in the ephemera. So I do end up using the green stripe here. So that's another pattern paper. So I do have quite a few, I have a few other pattern papers that are really just scraps, and I'm doing them for the color, essentially. So here I'm still going to just tuck that in tight. And you can see I did leave a little tiny bit of that purple showing on the left-hand side of the right-hand page. Just making sure I get everything matted. All right. And you can tell that I think this floral paper and the purple paper are from two different paper collections, I think. But the tones, the hues are complementary. And then I like the way the dark purple pops off of it. So at this point, I think I'm going to use these letters for the title, and I end up deciding that I want to use up some of these old Creative Memories stickers. And I don't have a huge space for it there. So I'm just looking to see what I can fit. And those are all pretty tight. And so I'm going to use this Happy. And it shows up pretty well. And then I'm putting 45 on there because it was my 45th birthday. And I'm pretty happy with that. So this is the ephemera, excuse me, that I had pulled. This is from a swap. It's a really neat multi-layered shaker Polaroid. So I love that. And I do play around with the ephemera for quite a while. I don't know if I have all of the playing around on tape. I was having some trouble on video. I was having some trouble with my camera. So I think we jump ahead at some point and then you see the little cakes and presents that I had. So you missed a little bit of playing around, but most of it's on there. And then I have these gems. So I'm pulling out the purple ones and then pink, and I think I did some yellow or green. So I just tried to put 3 gems in the different ephemera locations. So I also used some old Creative Memories stickers that matched. So there's a little present sticker. So a real combination of things. The little balloon stickers. And I go to start doing the preview and realize I don't have any lines on those balloons. So I'm just drawing some lines and tucking them behind the cake. And then here are the close-ups. And these little felt flowers that I added on here, I have had forever. I'm so happy I used them up. Really happy with it. And then over to the other side. Very happy with this. And it's my favorite color, purple, even though I wasn't wearing it. My daughter was. So please give this video a thumbs up, you guys. This was, I did this on my retreat, and I'm happy to share it with you. Thanks a lot.